We are super late for this vlog response, and I apologize for that. I think most of you guys know that I'm still active duty special operations, and the week that I wanted to get the vlog response done for the dealership video, I got sent away to a course. And so they get a little weird about like talking about certain courses that you go to, but basically it was just like a pew-pew and driving course. The driving portion was probably the coolest portion. I don't really care about that stuff anymore. It's just not interesting to me that much anymore. It's still cool stuff, but I got to do like a bunch of different types of driving. Can't go into too many details, but I got to track a car, which was really cool. Fast car too, is a souped up Charger, and had an absolute blast doing that, doing like J turns and Y turns and a bunch of other stuff that I can't go into. But I couldn't get the video done during that time frame. I was getting back to my hotel room every night, and I was just like dog tired. I would just order food, eat it, and go to bed, wake up, repeat. And I did that for like 7 days or whatever. So I apologize, but it's getting done now. So the first order of business, and I'm never gonna stop saying this, but thank you for all the support. I cannot tell you how awesome it is to have this kind of community and having you guys reach out to me in the comments section, reach out to me on Instagram. I mean, I'm DMing people all the time on Instagram, and forgive me, I'm still new to social media. This is kind of new for me at this point, but I didn't know there was an Instagram message request section, so there was like a stack of messages on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did this, until a friend of mine at work showed me. He's like, dude, you idiot, look, here. And I was like, oh, oops. And that whole thing came up because people were telling me, hey, I just sent you a thing on Instagram, but you haven't responded yet. I'm like, that's odd. How did that happen? So to get on the topic at hand, the whole point of me creating this dealership video, the idea behind it was I've purchased 2 cars this year. I've purchased new cars in the past, but I've pretty much always purchased cars from dealerships. And I can tell you, almost without a doubt, it's always one of the most miserable experiences I have purchasing a vehicle. And it shouldn't be that way. I mean, really, when you go spend, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 on a vehicle, and notice I start at 30 because most vehicles are around $30,000 brand new. And so whenever you're spending that kind of money, you should be having a great time. It should be a good experience. And one thing I can tell you is I've never had a good experience at a dealership, and I've purchased a lot of cars from dealerships. Imagine for a second that you walk into a Best Buy, right? And you want to get a MacBook Pro, and you can see on Best Buy's website or Walmart or whoever, right? And you can see that, hey, this MacBook is $2,000. If I want to get the extended protection, it's $500 or however much it costs. And you can even add everything to the cart, and you can get a breakdown of all the fees that are going to be applied, taxes, extended warranty if you want it, the unit itself. And so you have a really good idea how much you're getting ready to spend. It, like what most normal humans do for budgeting purposes, right? But then all of a sudden, the Best Buy or Walmart or Apple employee, whoever you're buying it from, rings you up, and all of a sudden there's an additional $500, $1,000 worth of fees tacked onto that sale. You're going to be upset, as anybody would be. How is it that dealerships have trained the population to just accept these dock fees, these etching fees, these security fees, these anti-theft fees, this interior protection, just the list goes on and on and on? How is it that they've trained people to just accept these kind of this kind of behavior? And it's really, if you think about it, it's the only model that's out there where right from the start, right when the relationship begins and you say hi to the salesman, they are immediately trying to figure out a way to rinse every single dime that you have from their pocket to put it into the pocket of the salesman, the F&I department, the dealership as a whole. They're immediately starting the relationship off on an unethical and really immoral foot. And somehow this is just accepted. And they're able to get away with this because they have legal protections set in place. And if you think about it, this system is unfair for everyone involved. It's unfair to the consumer, it's especially unfair to the manufacturer, and it's not fair to the dealership because the way this system is set up, it disincentivizes competition within the entirety of the market. And so if you think about like a dealership, right? There's no incentive for them to be better. Let's say because of the way the franchise laws are set up, they can't have competition come in and take their business. Therefore, what's the point of them doing better at their job? What's the point of, them removing dock fees or them removing all these security fees and vinyl protection fees, all these things? There's no incentive for it. So therefore, they're going to just go ahead and hit you with everything they can because they know the consumer has no choice. And this is why you see people moving to things like CarMax or Carvana or Vroom or any of these other online purchasers of cars, because they don't have to negotiate. They don't have to go through all these processes that the dealership makes you go through. They don't have to spend 5 hours at a dealership. At best, 5 hours is the quickest you're going to get out of there. They know they're not going to get an amazing deal, but they know they're not going to get rinsed. And me as a business owner, you know, I own A-Bomb Energy. It's a energy drink company. We go into full production in December, January. You can get shirts online if you want. We created shirts for you guys if you want them. You can go to abombenergy.com and you can pick up a shirt there. The website's not completely open yet, but if you want a shirt right now, you can hit me up on Facebook or Instagram, and then we'll get you a shirt, $25, and then just pay shipping and handling. We'll hook you up. We'll maybe toss in a couple extra things in there for you just to say thanks, especially you guys as subscribers. But, you know, me as a business owner, I like to do something called sleep. And whenever I make deals with people, I want to make sure that the consumer is getting a good deal and I'm getting a good deal, because I just cannot operate that way in a business. And it's a shame that dealerships are able to do this and have absolutely no remorse for what they do. Now, I'm not saying all dealerships are bad. There has been some great dealership experiences that have been shared in the comment sections by you guys, and those dealerships need to be propped up. I'm just going to be honest, because right now it doesn't look like we're going to get a change in the dealership model right now. This is here to stay for at least the foreseeable future. And those dealerships need our business from people like me, people like you. And, you know, next time you need a car, we need to know where these dealerships are. And, you know, you have great people out there like CarEdge.com, those guys, those founders there, Ray and Zach. They have phenomenal relationships with dealerships, and they're really helping people out and making sure people get good deals on their vehicles. Now, the next video is going to be a highly requested video. It's going to be on Toyota. I really enjoyed the American Autos Failure series that I did, and really that's the set of videos that just sent this channel to the moon, if you believe in that sort of thing. And it's kind of crazy how many people have hit me up and asked me to do one on Toyota. Not really Honda, not really Hyundai, not really Kia, but Toyota specifically. And I think a lot of people are reading the tea leaves right now, and they're starting to see, hey, Toyota's not really the brand that we think it is. And especially with the new V6 turbo issue, the V4 turbo issue that we're having, it's going to be a very interesting series. And I'm actually doing a ton of research. One, I'm reading this book here called The Machine That Changed the World. Number one, I want to learn business practices because I'm a new entrepreneur at this point. But also there's a lot of really good data in here on Toyota. And I want to use the information I get from that book and the information that is coming out right now about Toyota's failures and kind of show like the failure that what they used to be and what they are now. Much like how I did with Jeep and Ford and Chevy, like it's going to be a very interesting series, and I really hope you guys tune into that video. The last thing I'm going to say is, again, thanks so much for the support. I really appreciate it. You guys are incredible. You've been hitting me up on Instagram and Facebook, and I've made so many friends, and I can't tell you how thankful I am. So if you guys, again, have any questions, comments, concerns, you can hit me up on my website. You can hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, on YouTube, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. And, you know, some people have hit me up about collaboration videos, and I think that's something that we're going to look at doing. So, again, thanks. Appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'm out of here. I don't like how I worded that. I need to fix that.